Have you ever heard someone say, I'm buying a condo in the Philippines as an investment, and if it does not work, I'll just use it when I retire? It sounds practical, but those are actually two very different strategies. This comes up all the time with Filipinos living abroad. You see a beautiful development in the Philippines, maybe it's close to family, maybe you love the amenities, and you start thinking, hey, you know what? I can rent it out for now, let the property potentially appreciate, and then someday when I retire, I'll live there. And there's nothing wrong with that, but here's the question. Are you buying an investment property or are you buying your future retirement home? Because I may not choose the same property for both. If I'm buying primarily for income, I'm thinking about the renter. Where do they want to live? What can they afford? And what types of unit is in demand? What's the competition like? What are the expenses? And what could my realistic income look like? But if I'm buying for retirement, my questions change. I'll be asking, do I actually want to live in this neighborhood 10 to 15 years from now? Is healthcare nearby? Can I walk to things? How difficult is transportation? Do I want to be close to family? Will this unit actually be comfortable for me as I get older? See, completely different questions. And here's where people can get themselves into trouble. Sometimes we buy the property we personally love and then assume somebody else will want to rent it out for the amount we need. Or we buy purely for rental income and tell ourselves, oh, worst case scenario, I'll retire there. But 10 years later, we realize I really don't want to live there. So here's something practical you can do before buying. Take a piece of paper and make two columns. One on the one side, write investment, on the other, retirement. Under investment, write your five most important requirements, maybe rental demand, net income, low operating costs, professional management, resale potential. Then under retirement, healthcare, family, lifestyle, accessibility, space, or whatever matters to you, really. Now compare the list. If the same property checks both sides, then fantastic. But if it doesn't, you need to decide which goal is actually driving the purchase, because one of the most expensive sentences in real estate can be, well, I'll figure out later. Your property should have a job before you buy it. Is its job to potentially produce income, preserve capital, position you for long-term growth, become your future home, or some combination of both? Once you know the job, it becomes much easier to evaluate whether you're looking at the right property. That's the Philippine capital shift. We're not just asking, what property should I buy in the Philippines? We're asking, what do I actually want my Philippine property to do for me? I'm Jenny Kirkich, and this is Philippine Capital Shift, practical conversations for Filipinos abroad who want to make more intentional decisions with their money and Philippine real estate.